Good morning everybody, welcome to Honeymoon Day 4. So today we are going to Universal Studios, so we're actually leaving Disney and we are heading over to a different park. So it's actually two parks. It's made up of Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure, and we're just going to be there for one day, so we're up bright and early to make the most of it. And yeah, I'm so excited. Fun fact, I actually used to work in Universal many years ago before I even met Danny, and I worked in the Harry Potter themed section of the park, and I worked on a ride called the Fly of the Hippogriff, which is like a kids ride, and I also worked in Ollivander's The Wand Shop. So it's always really fun going back there because it brings back memories, and yeah, it's just really funny going and seeing the people who are working on the rides and the attractions that I used to work on. So I'm so excited to go back there. And yeah, there's lots of fast rides in Universal. I would say the rides are much more aimed at an older audience, more thrill rides and things like that. I know that you're not really allowed to film on many of the attractions in Universal, so I'm not really going to be able to get much ride footage, but I will show you around the Harry Potter stuff because there's two different sections. You've got Hogsmeade and you've also got Diagon Alley, and they're both amazingly themed, and there's so many amazing shops and things like that that I can film in, so I will definitely show you those things. And yeah, I'm so excited, so let's go. So because we are leaving Disney property and we're going over to Universal, there's obviously not free transportation for us, so we found that the easiest way to get there from our resort is to order an Uber. It's so easy, you just get the Uber app, and it just makes life a lot easier and it's quicker as well. I think there are buses and trams and things that do go from Disney to Universal, but they are slower, and just from our experience it's much easier to get an Uber. We're here! We're in City Walk on our way to the parks. We think that we're going to do Universal Studios first and then go over to Islands of Adventure. And yeah. So we did the first ride, which was Transformers, and honestly it made me feel quite queasy. It's like a 3D flight simulator type thing. It's really jerky and stuff, so it made me feel a little bit motion sick. What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Alright, so I think next ride we're going to do is Mummy, which is going to be fun, I think.
And that's probably going to make me feel sick.
It's more like a coaster, the Mummy. And I'm very excited, so let's go. So we've just come off the Mummy ride. It's so good.
Easily my favourite ride in Universal.
Yeah, it's surprisingly intense, that one, isn't it? Yeah, I just wanted to say that one thing to note is that in Universal you can't take your bag on a lot of the rides, so you have to use a locker, and it's like $2 per go for the locker. So just be mindful of that before you come. Like, if you don't need to take a bag, don't take a bag, because yeah, unlike in Disney where you can take things on, I think because the rides here are a lot more intense, you have to put them away. So just be aware of that. But yeah, now we're heading over to E.T., which is one of my favourite rides.
Oh yeah, speaking of intense rides.
E.T. is not an intense ride, it's a very family-friendly ride, which is more my speed. So we're going to go do that now.
Excited?
10 minutes.
Hello, I'm Steven Spielberg, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the E.T. adventure. But I'm afraid we don't have much time, so I'm going to cut right to the chase. E.T. needs your help. Now, we've just received an urgent message from E.T.'s teacher, Botanicus, calling for E.T. to come home right away. You see, a big problem has developed 3 million light years away on E.T.'s home world, the Green Planet. E.T.'s friends are in danger because their planet is dying. Remember what E.T.'s friends look like, because it's going to be up to you to help E.T. find them once we get him home, and there's not a moment to lose, because only E.T.'s magic healing touch can save his friends and bring his planet back to health. E.T. must go home, and only you can help him.
Eden.
Ah, E.T.
Trouble.
That's right, E.T. So why don't you show these people how we're going to get you back to the Green Planet? You and E.T. will be making your 3 million light year journey on these bikes, but don't worry, you don't have to pedal. But you will need an interplanetary passport. So before you leave with E.T., tell your first name to one of our assistants, and they'll give you your pass.
Oh.
Sounds like E.T.'s ready to go, so good luck, everyone. And remember, E.T.'s counting on you, and so am I.
Oh.
It's up to you to save his planet so that he may visit us again.
Okay, so we did E.T. and it was delightful. Such a cute little ride. You go on these bikes and you like float through the forest, and then you go through space and you go to E.T.'s homeland, and it's just fun. And now we're just walking through Simpsons Land to get to the Men in Black ride, which I think is what we're going to do next. Yeah. That you had to pay for the bigger lockers, but you can use these tiny small lockers for free. So if you have a small bag, then you're all good, but they are very small. Like, this is how big the locker is. They're like small and thin. But they are free. So maybe if you come with a fanny pack or something instead of like a big bag, then you might be able to use it. Danny's going to try and squish his bag in. Did it? Yes. So you can just about squish a bag in there. Okay, so we've done Men in Black. We are smashing through the rides today. We've literally only been here for like 2 hours, and we've already done lots of the attractions that we wanted to do. So I think now we're going to head over to Diagon Alley and maybe get a little coffee or something over there, have a little chill, and maybe ride Mummy again before we head over to the other park. But we'll see what we get up to. But I'm excited to see Diagon Alley because it's really cool. Okay, so we stuck our heads in the Harry Potter bit, Diagon Alley, and it was kind of busy in there and kind of crowded. Couldn't see anywhere obvious that I could get a cup of coffee, which is what I'm really craving right now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave the Harry Potter stuff for now. We're going to head back to the Mummy and re-ride that because it's so much fun, and then grab a coffee in that section of the park and then enjoy that and walk back to the Harry Potter bit.
Next, please. I'm working.
cauldron, and we've just ordered some food. They got the chef to come out and talk to me, and apparently I can have the chicken sandwich on a gluten-free bun, and they have separate fries and stuff for the chips, so it's safe for me to eat. And the butterbeer is also gluten-free. So controversial. We've gone for warm butterbeer. Yeah. Cheers. Hey everyone. So I feel like I've not done a very good job at updating you with our plans, but basically we came to the Harry Potter section, Diagon Alley, and we stood in line for Gringotts, but then the ride went down. So we decided to leave the queue, and luckily we went to a someone who works here, who gave us a fast pass, like a ticket, so that we don't have to stand in line again when it's now back up. So yeah, we stopped for lunch, had some food, and now we think we're going to go and use our fast pass thing to do Gringotts and to slush around all of the food that we've just eaten and probably feel very sick. But that's the last ride that we want to do in this park, and then we're going to head over to Islands of Adventure. So that's the plan.
Okay, so we actually decided that we were a little bit too full to go on another ride, so we decided to give Escape from Gringotts a miss. We've both done it before, so we don't feel like we're missing out too much. But before we head over to Islands of Adventure, we wanted to come and check out Nocturne Alley, which is this section of the park which is themed like Nocturne Alley from the Harry Potter books. So this area is very dark, it's very spooky, it's the place in the books where the Death Eaters would go, or the evil wizards to pick up all of their creepy things. You can see the singing heads there, which is very cool, and there's lots of great theming in this section. You have skeletons, you have spiders crawling across the windows, which is very creepy. It's very dark as well, so it feels like you are kind of looking around the shops at night time, which just adds to the atmosphere. And of course they have Borgin and Burke's, which is the shop which is featured in the Harry Potter books. So in here they have loads of merchandise that you can buy, but they also have lots of props from the movies, which is very cool to see. Over here you've got the cursed necklace which features in the films. You've got, you know, t-shirts with Azkaban written on it, and over here you can see Lucius's cane as well as some of the wands that the wizards used. So it's a really cool store to have a little look around. You can see over there you've got some Death Eater masks, which are also very cool to see. So we had a fun time exploring in here.
So after all our food, we decided we don't want to do Gringotts, so we're going to actually give it a miss. We remember it from last time anyway, and it's cool, but like we're okay with missing it. So we thought rather than waiting an hour for the train, we'd use our like one-time express thing for the train. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, so we're going to go across to Islands of Adventure, the other park, via the Hogwarts Express.
We're on the Hogwarts Express.
Okay, so this attraction actually takes you across from one park to the other. So it takes you from Universal Studios across to Islands of Adventure, and it's really fun because it literally feels like you are on the Hogwarts Express traveling to Hogwarts. and you can see out the window that there's lots of characters and things. You can see Hagrid there riding past, and you can see the castle, and you can see the car, and it's just a fun experience. There's even a moment where it's like there are characters walking past the carriage, so you can hear Ron and Harry and Hermione, and even you can kind of see the lady with the sweets trolley walk past, which is very cool. And of course it takes you over to Hogsmeade, which is the section of the park that I used to work in many years ago, so it always feels like coming home when we get to this part, which I just love. And of course this area of the park is where they have the castle, which is very cool and is where we are headed. There is a attraction inside the castle which is called Forbidden Journey, and it's very fun, it's very immersive. And what I love about it is the queuing area, because there is so much to look at. It literally is like you're walking into the castle itself, and it's a must-do if you are a huge Harry Potter fan. Even if you don't want to do the attraction, do ask if you can just go and check out the queuing area, because there is so much to see. There are statues. Here is where you can see the different houses and who's doing the best, and there's all sorts. There was the Mirror of Eriseth. There's this entranceway to Dumbledore's office, which is really cool, and you can even spot a few of the characters as well. What's also amazing is that they have these portraits, and the portraits move, and it's really clever how they do it, because it literally looks like an oil painting, but the characters of course move and they talk, and it's so fun. You can see Hilda Hufflepuff over there on that portrait, and if you turn around this way you can see Rowena Ravenclaw there, and then on this wall there is Salazar Slytherin, and on the opposite wall we have Godric Gryffindor, of course. So there is so much to look at. I could honestly spend hours just in the queuing area alone. Of course, you have the lady in the portrait that leads to the Gryffindor common room. She chats to people in the queue, which is really fun as well. So it's really nice to stop and to take it in and just appreciate the amount of time and effort that went into theming this area, because it is truly impressive and really immersive. They even have the sorting hat to look at, which is very cool. And over there you can kind of see what the ride is actually like. So you literally sit in these chairs and they rock and tilt backwards and forwards, and it's really unique actually, because it is a ride that jolts you around like that, but there's a mixture of screens that you're in front of, but also physical sets. So it's really unlike anything that I've ever been on before, and it's very cool. I will say though that a lot of people do get motion sick on this one, so do just be warned of that. But yeah, we had such a fun time.
So we just got off Forbidden Journey, which is the ride that's inside the Hogwarts castle, and the actual walkthrough is really cool to go through the castle. And just fun fact, if you come here and you don't actually want to ride the attraction, you can just ask the people at the front to just go and have a look inside the castle, and they'll let you into the queuing area without you having to do the ride. But the ride was really fun. It's not like anything I've ever done before, because you're in seats and they kind of tilt back and forwards. And then there's some sections where you're in front of a screen, and then there's other sections where there's physical props. So it's pretty cool, but it does make a lot of people feel motion sick. I was okay actually on this one, but I think Danny felt a little bit sick on the ride. But anyway, now we are going to go and wait in line for the newest attraction, which is the I forget what it's called, but it's Hagrid's ride. So we're going to go and do that. It's an 85-minute wait, but it's new and it's supposed to be really good, so we're just going to go and wait for it.
Okay, so here you can see a little bit of the track for the ride that we're about to get on, which is the Hagrid's ride. I believe it's called Hagrid's Magical Creatures and Motorbike Adventure. It's a coaster ride, really high speed, and it is a lot of fun. It's one of the newer attractions in Universal, so it's really well done. It's a really smooth ride, and it's just very immersive as well. And of course, because this is a Magical Creatures Hagrid themed ride. As you're walking through the queues, there is lots to look at, including these nests which move and make noise above your head, so it literally feels like there's some strange creatures living there. And just the amount of detail is incredible. It literally feels like someone could have just finished up working here. You've got used gloves, you've got old books that look well worn, you've got lamps, you've got strange bottles of I don't know what, and cages that house strange creatures, and it's the noises as well in these sections of the park that makes it feel so immersive. And here you can see the actual ride itself, so you can see the way that you board. So there is a motorbike as well as a sidecar, so you can choose which one to go in. I will say the sidecar is quite small, so just bear that in mind when you're deciding which one to choose. I rode in the side carriage and Danny rode on the motorbike, and we both had a fantastic experience. So yeah, highly recommend going on that ride. It is a lot of fun. And then after that we decided to have a little look around at some shops, and of course we went into Honeydukes. I feel like that's a must do when you're here because it's so iconic and there's so many fun treats and things that you can get from here. So yes, we had a look around. Of course I had to go and pick up a chocolate frog because I feel like that is just a must do. So I actually picked this up for one of my friends. But yeah, I just love looking at all of the treats in here. There aren't that many that I can have as a celiac, but it's still really fun to have a little look around at all of the things and just point things out from the books and the movies. Like that was some fizzing whizbees and you've got a chocolate cauldron there, all sorts of treats, and it literally smells of sugar when you walk into this shop, which is just my dream. It is so fun. Of course, over on this wall we have Bertie Bott's every flavoured beans, so you can pick up a pack of those if you wish, and yes, there are some disgusting flavours in there apparently, so do be careful. You've then got peppermint toads, fudge flies, all sorts of things, even gilly water, which is quite fun, although it is basically just very expensive bottled water, but it's still fun to see. And of course you've got all the treats in the cabinet as well, like candied apples and fudge and things like that. So yeah, we had such a fun time looking around.
Hi everyone! So we just came off Hagrid's motorbike ride and it was so much fun. It was really, really fast. I went in the little carriage and he went on the actual motorbike thing. And it's so good, it was worth the wait.
It was amazing. Yeah, it was a really good ride. Quite long as well for a roller coaster. And it had, we saw a blast-ended Scroot, we saw some centaurs, we saw Fluffy,
Unicorns.
Yeah, so all sorts of magical creatures on our Care for Magical Creatures lesson.
And now we're very tired, so we're gonna head out now I think and go back to Disney and maybe get some food somewhere.
That sounds good. So we've got Sebastian's Bistro, 8:30 this evening. We can go on here on the app and go on dietary requests, and then we can specify which allergies we've got. So I'm going to go for wheat/gluten, none of the nasty gluten, and then we are all set.
Okay, so we managed to get a reservation at Sebastian's Bistro, which is actually at Caribbean Beach. So we're at a different Disney resort. It's really nice here. And the reason why we went for this one is because you can get a Skyliner from here over to Pop Century. So after we've had our food, we can get an easy sky ride back to our resort. So yeah, let's get some food.
You can see the Epcot fireworks from here. It's really cool. Ah, they've just stopped. So here's Sebastian's Bistro.
So we're seated in Sebastian's Bistro. It's really nice atmosphere. We've had a look at the menu and it's like family style, so they bring sort of platters of things. Normally with the dining plan we would only have like 2 courses, but we actually get like bread rolls first, then we get an appetizer, then we get the main, which is like a big platter of different meats and things that we share, and then we get a dessert as well. And then of course we get an alcoholic drink, which we've both chosen cocktails. So we get a lot, and I think it's only 1 table service credit, which is amazing value. So, and we're being really well looked after already in terms of allergies and things. Like, I feel like after a day in Universal, like the difference between Universal and Disney is like apparent already. Not to knock Universal, we've had a really good day there, but just there's like an extra level of service in Disney that you can't really beat. So we are feeling very comfortable and happy right now.
Happy honeymoon. So we got this massive salad, and Danny got Mickey.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
And I got some gluten-free rolls. Okay, so the mains have arrived.
This one here is Ellie's, and then this is mine here.
He is lying. It's all shared and it's all gluten safe, which is amazing. So we've got like chicken and various meats over there, and then we've got some kind of vegetable curry and some rice and some broccoli over here.
Let's eat. It's massive.
So this is the pineapple bread pudding, is it? With caramel sauce and ice cream. It's huge. I hear it's supposed to be really good.
Oh.
You gonna pour your sauce on?
Yeah, but the ice cream is making a run away. Hang on, I'll do this.
That looks so good. Dreamy.
So much sauce.
I got a gluten-free brownie with ice cream on.
So we are on our way back to Pop Century via the Skyliner. We're still in Caribbean Beach. We've just walked across the Caribbean Cay, which is this little island in the middle of the lake, which is really cool.
Really
and there's like
fun,
steel drums and stuff going on. We're both extremely full. I regret all of my life decisions leading up to this point because I'm in a lot of discomfort. But we are going to go back to our resort and we're going to go to bed, and it'll be nice. But yeah, the gondolas are above us here. They are heading down over here into the Caribbean Beach Skyliner station, which is where we're headed. We almost went over this way because we saw the gondolas going down towards there, and then we realized, wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, that looks like Riviera Resort, and that's because it is. And that would have been fine, but then we'd have to get the Skyliner over here, get off, and then get onto another one to go to Pop Century, and I think I might have exploded by that time. So we're just gonna go this way.
Yeah.
I'll still explode.
Night, everyone.
Good
See you
night.
tomorrow.
Disney Springs tomorrow.
Disney Springs.
And Trader Sam's, and then Magic Kingdom, and then fireworks.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. Catch you then.
Gonna get a bit tipsy.
Bye.